Here we is.
How are you? Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Wednesday. We're here.
Sorry.
Party, party, party.
That was my alert.
Skip's phone is blowing up.
It's on airplane mode now. We're all safe.
You're so pretty and popular. What movie is that from?
Where Drew Barrymore goes back to high school as a reporter.
Oh, I like that one. What's that called? Kiss. Kiss. How to kiss. Never been kissed.
Never been kissed.
Yeah.
Got a new haircut.
I like movies like that.
Oh yeah, it's kind of spiky in the front. I think you left it a little too long.
Want me to trim it for you?
No.
I can help you out. Would you like me to help you out?
No.
Let's just do it live right now. I'll just get some scissors.
Not gonna happen.
Just trim
Not gonna
an
happen.
inch.
Alright, I'll trim
Or
your,
half an inch.
I'll wax your eyebrows on live.
My eyebrows are perfect as is.
Oh.
When we were dating, Skip would always be like, your eyebrows look like stitches. Like they're going the wrong way. Fix them. It's just how it is.
Just how it is,
When
yeah.
you're Puerto Rican, you got all this lusciousness happening.
That's true.
How are you guys doing? Do you need to fix your hair? Fix your eyebrows? Tell us below.
My hair's kind of tight. High and tight, baby.
So here's what happened. Skip and Jude, they go get a haircut. Jude's hair was really shaggy, like down to his eyebrows, whatever. And so our little 4-year-old sits in this chair, gets a super cool haircut, and walks out, and we realize, oh my gosh, he had a black eye underneath that
Shiner.
hair. He's got this huge shiner.
He
on
got
one
scared
eye.
in the middle of the night and came running to our room in the dark and ran into a wall, and it's like all purple on his eyelid and then a big knot under his eyebrow. It's
Like
knotted out
terribly
and bruised.
blue, green, purple.
Yeah.
Poor baby. And we had no idea. So I told him, son, he's a tough guy, so he doesn't really cry. And so I told him, okay, if you get that kind of boo-boo, you have to tell me so we can put some ice on it. Because I can't tell. I think he screams more when he's mad at the other
He
kids
does, for sure.
than when he's hurt.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell when he's actually hurt. They're kids. They make up fake hurts all the time. So, Skip, why don't you go ahead and drink a gallon of water? How was that water?
I'm so itchy tonight.
love.
I keep scratching my nose and...
Oh, really?
Sorry, everybody. I don't usually have allergies, but I don't know what's going on.
You don't have allergies.
So I just said.
Does that mean you're going to come into money?
Is it? If
When
you
you're
scratch
itchy?
your nose on camera, you come
I
into
don't know.
money?
I'm pretty
in.
sure we're not supposed to be like all superstitious. Supposed to be.
Cut a potato in half and put it on your wart and bury it in the backyard, and your warts will
No.
go away.
No.
Is that what the thing? Do you guys know? Is that true?
Don't be superstitious.
I don't know any of the superstitions. I think one of my customers told me that a long time ago. I used to have a wart on my hand.
You had a wart phase. I loved
Never
you.
had a wart face.
Warts and all.
Yeah, you did.
Wart phase.
Oh, phase.
Not wart face.
Phase. Yeah, I had some warts on my hand.
Yeah, like covered. Like.
Was it like the wart man? Like
He
going
was
to
the
the
gnarled.
state fair, the big
He was
wart
state
at the
fair
end of
gnarled wart man.
my wrist, and then a big ball of wart.
Yeah, you were. That's
Wart.
what you were.
Isn't that a funny word?
Wart.
Wart.
So this beautiful artwork behind us is from our friend Sharia. She's a great artist.
S money.
It's like a lady with her hair blown in the wind. And guess what? I just noticed.
You can see us.
Reflection.
You can see our camera in there.
Oops.
Nice.
We are not very professional yet. We're trying to figure this out,
I
but
wonder if
you better not break it.
you...
Shreya's art skill. Whoa,
Look at it,
whoa,
words.
whoa,
kind of reflection going on there.
whoa. Whoops. You want to put your shoulder right there?
I'll sit like this the
Well,
rest.
how do you like
Hey,
the art,
everybody.
everyone? Observe.
So,
So,
Sa,
so.
what are we talking about tonight?
Isn't that special?
Isn't that special?
Hi, Vincers.
Vincerello.
What's up, Vince?
What's going on, my man?
Vince, your name should be like a type of cheese. Vincerella. Mozzarella? Vincerella.
Vincerella.
I like it.
Cheese.
Cheese. So I think that we should talk about summer camp.
Summer camp.
Since summer is on the horizon here.
Feels like summer already.
We're in Florida, and the last couple of days have been ridiculously hot.
Summer came early for us.
It's so steamy, it's like to trek from the car to the house is like a real effort.
I think last year, didn't we have like a kind of a pleasant May and even into a little bit of June?
Probably, because I don't remember it being like this.
It's ridiculously steamy hot outside right now.
Super hot. Our friend said that it's like standing behind the muffler of the car, like the breeze is blowing, but it's just hot breeze.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
We haven't had a lot of rain. We're in the middle of a drought, so that probably has something to do with it. The fact that we don't have the afternoon showers cooling everything off.
I like that it's not raining all the time, though.
I like the afternoon showers.
How about like a little sprinkle for just a few minutes?
We need water.
You're ready for the torrential downpours.
Yeah, we need a hurricane to come through, just miss the state, and dump buckets of water all over the state.
Well, we better stock up. We need some hurricane supplies.
So, summer camp? What are we talking about?
That was a cool transition.
That's a nice segue. Huh?
That's really smooth transition.
Yeah.
So summer camp is coming up. Sophia has been attending a local youth group, and they are going to have their own summer camp, and they're going to take a bunch of middle schoolers somewhere in the middle of Florida. I don't really know all the details. I don't really know what's going on. So she asks all the time, she's like, can I go? I really want to go. I want to hang out with all the kids.
The funny thing is, we go to a house church, right? So it's small. There's whatever, kind of a slow night. It's 20 people.
50 to 1,000 people there.
And then if it's a really, really packed night, which happens every once in a while, I'll have 60 people or something in the house. It seems super, super crowded.
House party.
But anyway, like there's no like youth group or kids church. Everybody's just in the same area. It's a house church, right? So Sophia, we were wanting her to have some youth group experiences and that kind of thing. So we were asking around, and our friend Corey Johnson said, hey, this church, I know the youth pastor there. You should bring her by there. It's a pretty cool program. So Beth went and met the youth pastor, checked it out. We've been dropping her off. Like, we just drive up, drop her off, and go home. It's just 10 minutes down the road from us.
Those people, the older people.
And then we drive back. I never get out of the car. I don't turn the windows down. I just park in the driveway, and she comes out and gets in the car. And she says to me, I hope her church isn't watching this, but she says to me, I don't care if they are or not. She says, my group leader really wants to meet you guys. Like, you guys just come and drop me off and take off.
She said that part?
Yes. And I go, yeah? And she goes, yeah. And I go, she just wants to make sure we're saved. Sophia goes, what? And like, she wants to make sure we're Christian. And Sophia's like, that's not it, Dad. And I'm like, yes, it is.
Well, when we were growing up, I mean, me more so than you, because you didn't start coming to church until you were older. But for me, like, you went to church and you went to youth group, and that was your life. Like, that was my social circle. And so it was odd to me when people would just, drop their kid off at youth group and not be part of the church, not go into the adult service, not to whatever. And so, like, the fact that we're those people now is super odd to me. So it just is what it is, It
is what it is.
Sophia's having a good time meeting some kids her age, and it's going well. So Sophia keeps asking to go to summer camp, and I don't know these people. Since I don't go to that church, I don't know them. And so now the idea of just sending my daughter off for a week with a bunch of strangers, it's not that appealing to me. But she really wants to go because she likes to hang out with kids.
I'm going to tell her youth pastor the only way she's going is if she can take her brothers and sisters with her.
We get a week vacation.
Take them all or none.
It's all or none. Package deal.
You want to get these kids saved or not?
Homeschool package deal. And so it made me think of when, I don't know, I was probably like 4. My mom tells this story of our neighbor was like all excited to have a little girl in the neighborhood and wanted to take me to Chuck E. Cheese. And so she said, Alicia, we'll take really good care of her. I promise you. I swear on my life, I won't let anything happen to her. We'll take her to Chuck E. Cheese. It'll be fine. My mom looked at her and said, your life means nothing to me. This is my little girl we're talking about. Nothing can happen to her. And so I'm feeling a little like that. Even though Sophia's 12, like I was 4.
About to be 13.
Sophia's 12, and that's how I feel.
Although when Sophia was 4, you were more like that probably.
I was crazier
Yeah.
about like that. And now I'm so mellow that I only say it to whoever's in the Facebook world. I don't say it to their faces. Look how mellow I am. I'm so mellow.
So mellow.
Mellow yellow.
They call me mellow yellow.
That's right, Slick. It's a good musical hour.
Good music.
You guys are blessed. You too blessed to be stressed. You got all this good music.
So I enjoyed camp. Like I went to, I didn't get saved till I was, a couple months away from being 19. And then like literally a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks was it, after my life got turned around, my mom asked the youth pastor if I can go to their camp with them, first annual camp that they'd ever thrown in Tennessee.
Yeah, which was,
and he's like,
far.
yeah, if you can be here tomorrow with your bags packed, here's a list of things you'll need. So it was like the next day. So like I had to be at the church at like 4 a.m. or something. I'd been a Christian for like 2 weeks. Like it was literally 2 weeks. And I'm on this van, 15 passenger
so
van.
like Skip, I know he doesn't look like it right now, but he was kind of like this bad boy, tough guy, all through high school or whatever. So he didn't have the same growing up experience that I did. And so Skip was like, super rough and came from this, really, really rough situation. And he's not used to like the goody-goody two shoes, like the wheels on the bus go around and round. Like me. I grew up in youth group. I even talked the youth pastor into letting me into the youth group early because I wanted to hang out with all of the teenagers so much. And so we were like, singing for 12 hours on our way to camp, like this. And Skip was not that. But then all of a sudden he's thrust into this world. He has no idea what this is like. So, he's adaptable.
It was wild.
But that was pretty funny that you're just showing
Like
up.
we were an hour, like we were from St. Petersburg, Florida. So you have to drive over the bridges through Tampa and then you're going north. And we were an hour in it. So we were just on the other side of Tampa. And I was like, what in the crap did I get myself into? It was like so weird to me to be in that situation. Like I literally woken up after drinking all night in houses that I didn't know where I was, and that moment in my life was more odd than those things, because those things were more normal to me at that point in my life, right?
Yeah.
Than that. So like me waking up in a house and I don't know where I'm at on someone's carpet, it was like, okay, where am I? Me getting in a church van full of teenagers.
And it was not just like high school teenagers. This youth group was from middle school and high school.
Yeah.
So from like 6th all the way to 12th grade. And so you have like some cooler, older teenagers, and then you've got middle schoolers and like 11 and 12-year-old boys and girls, especially the boys are more immature. But so like the diversity is pretty funny. The dichotomy.
I had a big black eye still, like, from being in a fist fight. And
I went the second year. I didn't go the first year. And I think your cousin, we were driving along and we were driving past bales of hay. And I think for a whole hour, she just went,
Angel.
hey,
Yeah.
Hey.
That's my cousin.
Hey. They're all funny in Skip's family. So that was really funny. But that's how some of the kids would just annoy each other for 9, 10, 12 hours. So.
But it was a trip in my life. I mean, it really concreted some things that I needed concreted in my life.
Yeah, like not having sugar in your coffee.
Yeah, that's
That
when it all
was
changed.
the
That
one
was
thing.
it. Yeah.
No. Skip had a good time.
I connected with the youth pastor Rick and his wife Karen really well on that trip and have lifelong friends with them. But really, the things that God did on that trip, I believe, really concreted some things in my life that make me who I am today. So I loved it. Great camp. Came back a changed person.
Made you into the weirdo that you are.
Made me into the weirdo that I am.
Yep. And then you went for the next several years.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years in a row or something.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Not as a youth, as a leader.
You only got to be a youth one time.
Barely a youth. I was.
The youths.
Yeah, I was in Rick's camp, just me and Rick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
He had to keep a special eye on you.
He did. I know that's what it was when I got there. He's like, "You're gonna be in my camp," and I realized that all the other kids were in different camps.
He was like praying that you weren't annoying. He's like, oh, I gotta keep an eye on this kid, and
then
I wanted to have
snore.
my own.
And then I didn't snore.
I want to have my own campsite, but I'm willing to let go so this kid can go on camp.
Yeah.
Were you in a separate tent?
Yeah, we had 2 separate tents. I brought my own tent.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
You had a tent?
So it was really cool because I think that first trip was 9 days or something, 10 days, 7 days. I don't remember what it was, a week or 10 days. And by day 2 or something, like, you know, we'll have to ask Rick this one day, but I believe that Rick saw that I was truly a changed person that was crazy in love with God. And then I ended up being like his assistant even on that trip.
Yeah,
like,
Rick started to mentor you, which
correct.
he did for the next, I don't know, 8 years.
Yeah, many years, yeah. So it was a really neat experience that I had. And had fun meeting. He had a couple of his college buddies come up as special speakers, and we did a lot of fun stuff. So I loved it. Summer camp was great. My only summer camp ever.
Rick saved your life. He kept you from being too churchy.
He did. Absolutely did. Just the right amount of church.
Rick was a little bit of counterculture in the midst of it all.
Yeah, it was good times.
All right, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight anyway, is that just like Rick did so much good to pick Skip and mentor him and let him, join in. And that's what we get to do in life. That's what you get to do. You get to be a do-gooder. So the scripture has a section in Galatians where it talks about don't grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. And so that's what we want to encourage you about. That's what we're seeing a lot of this week is opportunities to do good. And so Skip and I, we were driving and we were just talking about how fun it's been this week to be able to do good everywhere we go. And so that's what we want to encourage you about. Don't grow weary in doing good. Have the energy. You have the energy. You just have to kind of drum up the desire. If you had the want to, then you'll have the energy to do it. Yeah. Sometimes we feel like, oh, we're so tired, we can't do anything more. But you have the energy to do what you want to do. And you'll find joy in something that is more energizing. So that's what we want to encourage you to do. Be looking for ways to do good. Be looking for ways to energize yourself and have more joy because you're doing good. Yep. So we wanted to just share a couple stories that happened to us this week because we were seeing like a lot of opportunities for us to do good. And so there's endless ways that you can be doing it. And so one of the first ways that we thought of was that we have opportunity in our business. Whatever your work is, whatever you put your hands to, that's one area where you have an opportunity to do good.
Yeah, both of us today had really neat opportunities.
Right. You want to tell yours first? You want me to tell yours and mine?
You tell yours. Ladies first.
So I love books, sell books, buy books by the bushels full.
BethBuysBooks.com.
His books, so many books.
It's not the .com.
So many books. So I do it as a money-making venture, like to have fun. I can find books for less and sell them for more sometimes, or I'll make enough money so that I can buy the homeschool books that I want to add to our family. But I also, I have this abundance. This is my crop. This is what I have right now. And so I'm constantly looking for ways that I can bless people with what I have. So I have books. And so this week I've gotten several opportunities to give away books to various people. And I felt so blessed. I just felt like exuberant about the fact that I get to do that. It's really a blessing to me because I can be a conduit. I can be a way for God to touch somebody's heart, just as simple as giving them a book. So I was able to do that a couple times. And so I was showing Skip, I mailed off a bunch of packages today. And I was like, that one's given away, that one's given away, that one's given away. And these ones are sold. And so, but that's how God's kingdom is. That's the way God works. God's opposite of the way that normal people think. And so it's kind of, if a normal person's like, oh, I'm trying to run a business, and so I'm gonna get. In God's business and God's economy, it's like, okay, so who can I give stuff to? Because God's gonna make sure that I'm taken care of. I'm gonna have more than enough. So who can I bless? This is how God's kingdom works. Yeah. And so that was fun for me to give stuff away.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. And I had one of my customers, as many of you know, I reglaze bathtubs and sinks and tile. So I had one of my customers, and I give warranty on the product, obviously. Not obviously, I guess. It might not be.
Obviously. You should know that.
So I do give warranty on my work, and so one of my customers called me up, and she said, she has warranty issues. And so I started asking her some questions, and I quickly over the phone could tell it wasn't going to be a warranty issue. But I could also tell that she was getting worked up on the phone, that I was trying to explain to her what was covered under warranty and what wasn't. And so I realized I was going to be working in her area. She's an hour north of me or so, maybe a little less, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And so, I said, hey, look, I'm going to be in your area on this day. She was, oh, if you could come that day just to look at it, that'd be great, because we go out of town the next day. They're snowbirds, so they're leaving. And so I did, and that was today. So I drove up after my, first job in the morning and took a look at it, and it was just dirty. I mean, it just wasn't taken care of. It wasn't cleaned properly, so it was dingy. And so I got some stuff out that, we have to clean the sinks with, or I say we, like I have a mouse in my pocket, I have to clean the sinks with.
Like you have a mouse in your pocket? Yeah. Is that like a West Virginia saying?
No.
It's the royal...
that might be a West Virginia saying, yeah. You got a mouse in your pocket, boy? Yeah, it might be my dad. Anyway, so if you guys... I can't even talk. If you guys have heard that saying, give me a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down.
Angry faces.
So, no, not angry.
Don't be angry.
Down. Don't be angry with me.
There's no thumbs down. It should just be like a face down below. What?
So, anyway, I have some stuff that I clean the sinks with before, that I have to prep them before I can reglaze them. So I got some of that stuff out and cleaned her sink, And so there was a couple little chips in it from her slamming her cast iron skillets around and stuff. So she wanted to get those fixed anyway. So anyway, I was able to go in, serve her, even though on the phone I absolutely knew it wasn't going to be a warranty.
So Skip went and cleaned the customer's sink.
I went above and beyond. I drove an extra, because my job was like 30 minutes from home, and she was like 45 minutes. So I had to go 15 minutes further away, and then a 45-minute commute home at rush hour to be able to do that for her. And I just did it. I went and served her, cleaned her sink, made it look real good, and she was super happy. So
it's just little things. Yeah. Look for opportunities to do good wherever you are, whatever you're doing in your business, whatever you have in your hand. Go multiply it. Go pass it out to people. Share. Yeah. And so another thing that happened this afternoon, another field of influence that you have, is as you run errands, as you go out about in your community.
Yeah, this was a fun one.
Do good to people. Look for opportunities to do good everywhere you go. So you want to tell that one?
Yeah, we can ping pong
Tag Tom? Well, tag team?
Tag Tom.
Tag Tom.
Mouse in my pocket and you're tag Tomming it.
Tired. So we went to mail off all of the packages of books that I was sending off today.
The free ones. That's interesting.
And we had to go into the post office, and so we went in, and the lady was kind of grumpy. Like, there was a guy and a girl, and he's super nice. He's helped me a bunch of times, and I didn't know her already. But she was like, okay, come on next. And so I was like,
and it was, they were about to close, so the post office was about to close.
20 minutes, 20 minutes
15 minutes away from closing, yeah.
And so we went up to her, and I said, okay, these are, to be mailed off. And so she's helping us, but it's not like, it's just kind of really brusque, and she's just serving us, but not with joyfulness or whatever. And so then she said something about how that they had been loading the truck. Like, okay, the mail truck's already gone for today. We've already loaded it up. And so these will go out tomorrow. So I said, okay, yeah, fine. And Skip apparently had been praying about how he could, change the atmosphere, how he could inject some kindness
in the post office
and joy into the situation. Like, what the miracle was is that you even felt an atmosphere. kind of blissfully unaware sometimes.
Usually I'm in my own world.
So, I didn't know that, but then all of a sudden, Skip, what'd you say?
She's like, yeah, we have to load the trucks. Beth goes, you load the trucks too? And she goes, yeah, we have to load the trucks. And so
Like, that's why I'm so hot and sweaty.
Yeah, and so I said, well, I hope you have a really nice pool or something to jump into when you get home.
And it was like,
it would change everything.
ding!
Yeah.
She's like, I do have a nice pool, and I love swimming in my pool. And then my kids and my grandparents,
Best investment I ever did, putting the pool in.
They all get to swim in the pool, and I'm so thankful that we did it, and all this kind of stuff.
It just went on and on. Served us with a smile. The conversation, she didn't stop smiling. The conversation was beautiful. Spent an extra minute with us at the end, finishing her story about her swimming pool and stuff.
So then we're leaving, and Skip, like we're walking out the door, and Skip kind of says, he's like, that was God. And I was like, oh, I know it was. Like, I could tell, like, that, God kind of broke into the situation right there, because,
it was a tangible shift. I mean, it was literally tangible. You could feel a weight lift. And so it was really neat,
Yeah. So a simple thing like doing good, like Skip sat there and said, he asked God for wisdom. God, how do I kind of reach her heart right now? How do I make this a kind interaction? Yeah. And God gave him an idea. So for Skip to say, that was just random for him to say, I hope you have a nice pool at home. Like you don't just go around assuming that people have a swimming pool. Yeah. But, he knew what to say.
And I know this for some people might be a little bit weird, but like as I was praying and she was talking about loading the truck, like I felt like inside the thought came to me of a pool. Like it was something that I was aware of. It wasn't just like me just like kind of, flowing with it. Like I felt or heard the thought, about the swimming pool because she was hot and stuff, and like so like it just seemed
like sweaty hot.
Yeah. Nobody that works at the post office is hot. Like
it could be.
No, not
hypothetically,
one.
there could
not
be
one.
a good-looking person
There's
at
not
the post
one,
office.
except for my friend Jim. He works at the post office, right? Jim, if you're watching, I think you're a really good-looking guy. The rest of them, James. He does, right? Maybe he's watching. I don't want him to think I think he's ugly or something.
Here's my husband. No one at the post office.
Except for my good friend James.
We're talking about doing good, and you're literally calling like 30,000 postal workers not good looking.
You're all great looking. If you work at the post office, I think you're beautiful.
Or at least he thinks you have a nice pool.
Anyway. Where were we?
I don't know. We're way off track.
Off track.
As usual. And so I also want to encourage you to ignore your husband sometimes. No, quite the opposite. What I was going to encourage you is to look for ways to do good in your own household. So how can you love the people in your own home better? How can you do good to your children? Like, I know that you're already feeding them and you've given them shelter and some air conditioning, hopefully, and some things like that. But there's ways to do good to them. There's ways that you can bring a sweetness, or that you can connect with them a little bit better, that you can do good. There's ways that you can do good in your own home.
Is that distracting when I keep drinking that water?
When I stare at you drinking.
I'm so thirsty right now.
Yeah, I can do good to my husband. So Skip, when we were pulling up to the house, he had decided to throw away one of my chairs that I liked. And I said, will you please just bring it back in? I think
busted down, broken chair, missing parts.
I think it could be salvaged. And so he said, instead of being like, oh, that chair's too broken, I'm not going to fix it, he just went and did good. He went and just brought it in the house for me because he knew that it was important to me. And I felt cared for, and I appreciated that. So find ways to do good in your family. There's ways that you can go above and beyond what you already do. So the end of that scripture says, therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. So love your community well, love your family well, and go out and do good. It feels good when you do good, but more than that, you make a big impact. So much of the world is just out for themselves, and all the kind of dog eat dog, and everybody's kind of on guard. But people who are out doing good, they make a difference. They're a breath of fresh air. Yeah. So be a breath of fresh air in your community this week.
Yep.
Sound good?
Sounds real good. That all happened today. Those stories we just told.
Look at that.
Bring it in.
It's a goody good day.
It's a good day.
God is good, so
God
we're going
is
to be
good.
good to each other.
Amen. Fun day.
Love you guys.
We do.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful week. Maybe we'll bring the kids in one of these weeks. We'll do another Swagger family roundup.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Family roundup. The kids totally adore it, so we'll do that pretty soon.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
Love
fun.
you guys. Have a good week.
Peace.
Goodbye.